On January 4th, 2023, the Haight family, home to Enoch, Utah, turned into a scene of unspeakable horror. 8 people lost their lives that day, and the entire community was shaken to its core. The tragic victims were Michael Haight, age 42, his wife, Tausha, her mother, and their 5 innocent children, a 4-year-old boy, 2 7-year-old boys, a 12-year-old girl, and a 17-year-old girl. The once vibrant and seemingly happy family had been wiped out forever, their lives ending in a bloodbath. The question that haunted everyone was, what could have led to such a tragic event, and who could be responsible for these brutal murders? The family was known for their kindness and had few enemies. When the investigation's result came out, it sent shivers down everyone's spine. This is the heartbreaking story of the Haight family. The Haight family was just like any other. Their 5 children attended different levels of schools in the Iron County School District, made friends with the neighbors, and enjoyed playing together. The whole family were active members of the church and well regarded within their community. But then, one fateful day, everything changed forever. On January 4th, the Enoch, Utah police received a call for help, asking them to check on the Haight's family's well-being. Tausha's mother had missed an appointment, causing concern. So at 4 p.m., the police went to their home to make sure everything was okay. But what they found there left them deeply shaken to their core. It was a bloodbath. The lifeless bodies of the entire family lay scattered in the house, soaked in blood. All 5 innocent children, their mother, their grandmother, and even their father had tragically lost their lives. But the question was, how and why? The police wasted no time and launched their investigation to unravel the grim mystery. However, nobody had expected the outcome. Once the investigation was complete, the results sent shockwaves through the entire community, leaving everyone in disbelief. According to the investigations, the heartless and cold-blooded murderer turned out to be none other than Michael Haight himself. He took the lives of his own children and family. The person they should have looked up to as their role model tragically took their lives away forever. He didn't stop there. After the harrowing murders, he committed suicide. But why? This tragic incident made headlines across the country and ignited online discussions about domestic violence and mental health. As it turns out, the rumors circulating about the family's troubled history were indeed true. The Haight family had a distressing history of abusive incidents, with Michael's behavior creating a climate of fear and intimidation among their children. Back in August 2020, someone who wasn't part of the family had called the police because they were worried about possible child abuse in the Haight family. Haight's daughter, Macy, who was 14 at the time, spoke to the investigators. She told them that her dad's violent behavior had begun in 2017. It was really scary stuff, like choking and shaking. There was even a recent incident where he grabbed her by the shoulders and slammed her into a wooden part of the couch. "Dad jumps to react to anything he doesn't like," said Macy. "He yells a lot and wants to make sure they know he is right." There is also a report from 2021 that said Haight suddenly slammed on the brakes while driving on the highway, which must have been really frightening for his family in the car. The incident reportedly left seatbelt marks on the family's bodies. Sadly, despite the red flags, no action was taken and the abuse continued. On December 19th, 2022, a caseworker from the Utah Division of Child and Family Services visited the Haight family home again. This visit was prompted by a concerning incident involving Michael Haight, who was 42 years old, and his 7-year-old son, Ammon. A few days earlier, young Ammon was feeling unwell, and his mother, Tausha, decided he didn't need to get ready for school. However, Michael disagreed and got upset. He thought the 7-year-old was lying. In a fit of rage, he threw Ammon to the floor and then left for work. The records show that the division opened a case on December 8th, 2022 to investigate threats and allegations of child abuse against Michael Haight. The initial deadline for the investigation was set for January 7, 2023, but it was later extended to March 8th. However, it is not clear when this extension was granted. At the same time, Michael's wife, Tausha, who had been allegedly suffering from abuse and domestic violence for years, finally made the tough decision to leave and go her own way. During a December 13th interview with a caseworker, Tausha requested that they postpone the interview with Michael until after she had filed for divorce. She even said that her husband had threatened to make her life hell or kill himself if she let him. This was noted in the division's report, and as a result, Michael was never interviewed. Tausha eventually filed for divorce on December 21st. Sadly, 2 weeks passed, and the division did not get a chance to interview Michael before the tragic events of January 4th unfolded. Little did anyone know that they would never be able to interview Michael. Just 3 days before the original case deadline, Michael Haight committed the devastating act of taking the lives of his entire family and later killing himself. Who failed whom? Was it society, the family, or the system? Before we move ahead, make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay aware and update with more cases that require attention and understanding. The investigation showed some really concerning stuff. They found that guns had been taken out of the house before the incident, and they also discovered that Michael had searched online about gunshots in a house. What's even sadder is that the police found a suicide note as well. On that note, he said he'd rather rot in hell than endure another day with what he saw as his manipulative spouse. This is nonsense, and I cannot handle it for one more day. We will not be a burden on society. I kept asking for help, and you wouldn't listen. He wrote, "I would rather rot in hell than to put up with another day of this manipulation and control over me." It's pretty clear from this note that Michael was going through a really tough time with his feelings and emotions, but his troubles seemed to go unnoticed for a long time. If someone had stepped in earlier, maybe things could have turned out way better, and this whole tragic story might have had a different ending. The Haight family's story is undeniably tragic and will continue to haunt the community. It serves as a powerful reminder of the need to address abuse and mental health issues right from the start. What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.